Well, ladies and gents, Disney is going to be feeling the effects of the SAG and the WGA strikes, massively, in fact. There's a new report, courtesy of Bloomberg, which essentially posits that their sources, I say rumour, they're saying that their sources are aware that Disney is looking to consider delaying the release dates of multiple films. Now, this is interesting for a few reasons, because one, it goes to show that the state of the industry, is not great for a few reasons, because they're expecting it to continue. So they're expecting no content to be made, so they're trying to spread their content out. Now, that's bad for a few reasons. One, and I know a lot of people are really happy about the strikes, by the way. I get that. I'm not saying it's really bad. Oh no, Disney might sink. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the industry as a whole. And it's not those people that you need to be worried about in terms of like the studios. It's more the average day player that comes and does acting. The cameramen, they'll be losing their jobs. The grips, the best boys, all these kind of things, right? All of those people, the fundamental basis of a film crew, they can't get work now. They're screwed. And that's really bad. That's awful. There's an entire industry. The biggest export, actually, one of the biggest exports, I think, off the top of my head, that the US has, that Hollywood, it's huge. So it's bad because they're expecting it to continue. Now, if it does continue, that means that multiple studios will go out of business. But it's not just that. It's also that you will get a degrading in quality. So it's kind of an interesting thing to discuss, is that at the end of the day, the longer these strikes continue, and they're mainly striking over AI and things like that, right? So there's obviously residuals and such, but AI is the main thing. The longer these strikes continue, they're almost pushing the studios to use AI as cost-cutting methods when they end up having no money. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, really. But I do wonder... I do wonder how long Disney can personally hold out. Because they've lost a lot of money on their films already this year. And I know loads of people see the big fancy numbers and think that they've made money. But they also have some of the largest budgets. And they haven't made money. They have lost money this year. So I do wonder how long Disney can hold out personally as a business. But let's take a look at this. Because again, like I said, this is interesting. And again, I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Like, I know lots of people are just like, fuck Hollywood. Like, I get it. I understand. But you got to think about the ramifications moving forwards. The entire industry and how the industry functions. All of the day players that barely earn a wage. They're the ones which you need to be concerned about. I mean, you don't need to be concerned about anyone, by the way. But, morally, probably should. So anyway, following the release of the new trailer for the Marvels... prior to Comic-Con, the excitement for Captain Marvel sequel is definitely starting to build. Yeah, from bots on the trailer. The footage repeated much of what we saw in the teaser, but there was reshoots that took place prior to... This is funny, isn't it? But reshoots took place. I remember when reported on that, it was like, they're reshooting it because there's a whole load of bad crap going on. And yeah, that was... Everyone said, no, you're lying. Alright then. Anyway, reshoots took place prior to the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, which we anticipate leading to some big surprises in the movie, because there was a leaked plot, basically. And also the fact that it was terrible as well. And they always do this. Marvel always does bloody reshoots. Again, another reason why they don't make money, because they're just spunking money up the wall on nonsense. Unfortunately, it appears that the Marvels could now be facing another release date delay, and it was the release date was delayed because it was crap anyway. It was already swapped from it was already swapped with Haunted Mansion, sorry, an MCU movie originally scheduled for July 28th to allow time for the aforementioned additional photography. Yeah, because they were worried about it. And it was so funny because I remember when the delay came out, I was like, yep, that's because it's crap. There's these rumours. And loads of supposed leakers on Twitter came out and was like, no, that's not it. They've actually just delayed it to perfect the CGI. And then reshoots were confirmed. Like, yeah, okay, so it's crap then. Idiot. Bloomberg, now reports that Disney is now considering pushing back a number of its 2023 titles in response to the strikes, with the Marvels among them. Now, they say this: the main reason for the potential delay isn't because actors are needed to shoot any additional material. Instead, it's a result of them being unable to handle their promotional commitments. Actors going off and doing promotional stuff doesn't matter. That literally doesn't make or break a movie. That's it. It literally doesn't matter at all. I don't understand why people think that that's the make or break. Now, you might not think it matters. However, if the strike still isn't over by November, there's a very good chance it won't be. Then you won't see any of the usual junket interviews or social media cast videos meant to build buzz and increase interest among moviegoers. So no late night talk shows. So that's done. What might keep the Marvels in its planned November slot is the fact that marketing has already progressed. So, yeah, they're not going to want to delay it. If they do delay it again, the chances of the Marvels making money incredibly slim, just because they've already started marketing. They'd have to start that again. So, I don't know really. It'd be interesting to see what happens. I mean, 2 trailers. You've got theatres pushing out, promo stuff now. It'd be fascinating to see what happens. But make no mistake, this is a sign. If Bloomberg knows that Disney is considering pushing back a number of titles, right? That's a sign that this is going to continue. They're in it. We already know that they're in it for the long haul, but again, this is an industry which is crumbling anyway. So this is not good. Again, I know some people think it's great, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. But again, I'm looking at it from a perspective of the average Joe that does work on these productions. And they won't be able to get work elsewhere. Like an indie film won't pay them a living wage either. You've got to remember that. So, not great. Not great. But it's fascinating because it's almost like Disney are accepting defeat at this point. They're accepting that they're going to have to continue. But like I said, it's an interesting thing to discuss because at the end of the day, if they do continue, then they're going to be the studios are going to be more inclined to use AI moving forwards because they're going to have to, because they won't have any money. Anyway, I thought this was interesting. The Marvels in trouble again, maybe delayed. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Do you care? I mean, I don't care that this has been delayed. I think it's funny more than anything. But the ramifications on the industry is the interesting stuff. Cheers, guys. Hit subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye now.